So how's it been going?
Good. I ended up like taking a break. I haven't played in like a year, but I've been like playing
Okay.
again.
All
I
right.
think I barely hit 2K when I stopped. I feel like I could keep going too, but I'm pretty rusty. I played like a bunch of games when I started playing again. Lost a bunch of them, but I'm just tuning up, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of for a general tune up. I think I've like retained some stuff. Mostly it was mostly just like adjusting to the meta. I feel like people play really aggressive fours now.
I don't know. Maybe.
And I was watching pro replays and I was like, damn, even this like pro Lina is dying like 6 times before like 15 minutes. I was
Definitely
like,
a
I
lot of
felt
action.
a little less bad about myself. But I think the big thing is just stabilizing like where I want to play, how I set up the map. Some hard lane stuff. In general, just like farming patterns and stuff. I think my farming pattern when the game's going well is pretty good. But I think especially when I have bots, I fall into the trap of, oh, there is a wave, I must push it. So I
Right.
decision more intelligently, but there's probably a lot because I'm still just in fucking Guardian or whatever. So
For sure. All right. You got the Gosu starting build here.
yeah, I was like, I'm probably against Razor. I don't want to be in this lane, so I
I
rush
think
Falcon Blade
ranged
and I
ranged
leave.
ranged right clickers kind of own Razor. Like you shouldn't be afraid of a Razor lane. Like Lina's like
Okay,
one of Razor's like worst matchups.
interesting.
Uh,
Razor is bad against like long range harass, right? You just like get him low enough that he's scared to commit on you, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he wants to like run up and static link you and chase you, and if you just stay at max range and hit him, he's only got 3 armor and he doesn't tank
Yeah,
creeps well.
right. He has shitty armor. I remember that in the BSG guide.
Yeah. So here this is kind of minor, but like you're giving
I
up
should
this
have gone
range
for the
creep for
range
no
creep,
reason.
right? I was
Well,
just scared.
yeah, you just don't need to be scared of level 1, right? You just stand here. You can see my mouse, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you just stand here, you get this last hit, and then you just stun. You just use your stun to secure this range creep.
Yeah. I probably want to go Q level 1 in this kind of lane though, right?
No,
Because
no, no,
it's
no, no, no. You just take
really?
stun. Yeah, your stun does 100 damage, and it's an AoE. Like, you just use your stun. If you're standing in the right spot, you get this CS, and then you just stand here and you stun, and if Razor tries to deny, he gets stunned. And then you
When
right
do
click
you
him 3 times.
when do you go Q level 1? Because I do see
Never.
pros do it sometimes.
No.
Never.
No.
Sure.
What? I'm gonna look at Doji Pro Actor.
It's like
Doji
once
Pro
in a
Actor.
while I'll see someone go for it level 1.
I don't believe you.
It's one out of maybe every like I don't know 5 or 10
One in
matches, but it
like
does
one in
happen.
like 20,
Yeah.
maybe 1 in 10. You just take stun level 1. Don't worry about taking
Yeah.
Q.
All right.
Um, yeah, because that is the easiest last hit of your life by just stunning the creep. Ugh, the slowest attack speed ever. Yeah, Phoenix is pretty annoying. Did you fly out Tangus? You flying out Tangus? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Stun. Nice.
Yeah, I hate it with the spirits though.
Yeah. Still though. You
I
hit
try.
like a fucking truck. So like you can go for this deny.
Yeah.
There's no reason you should not be like contesting these CS. I mean, I get you're rusty, but I'm just telling you what you should be doing. Like you don't need to be
Yeah,
afraid.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's good to know that.
So like if this guy walks up, like you just need to hit him. And
Okay.
then if he tries to keep walking at you, you stun him and keep hitting him.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay.
ideally your CM like uses a spell on him or
Aren't you
something.
scared of being in a position where like, okay, my CM's not here, like right here, my CM's not here, like they just go on me. Like even if especially if I spend stun and like Razor gets to Q and W on me afterwards and I don't have stun,
Right. How's he
I'm
gonna
like,
Q and W you? He's level 1.
oh yeah, true.
You're playing like I get your fear, but just make sure you're like,
Yeah.
he can't use 2 spells on you when he's level 1. Like he
Yeah. I also
literally
just
has no
yeah.
spells to use on you. You're playing
Yeah.
super
You're right.
passive. Like you
I'm
can
also
just
just playing pretty careful because I'm like I was dying a lot as Lena and she's not normally my hero pool. I'm adding her.
that's reasonable, I guess. I
Yeah.
Your guardian, so honestly, I guess is okay. I'm just telling you,
Yeah.
you're
Later on,
uh,
it's gonna cap me out. Yeah,
you
I
just need to
get you.
like knowledge wise. It's like what do these heroes do to you when they're level 1, right? Like, not a
Yeah.
whole lot.
She
Like,
fire
yeah, sure,
spirit snake.
when they're level 2, when they're both level 2 and this Phoenix can dive fire spirits you and this Razor can plasma
Yeah.
field static link you, for sure it's scary. But
Okay.
there's
So play a little closer to the
there's a
wire on
huge
that.
difference
Okay.
between level 1 and 2. Between
Yeah,
like what they
yeah.
can do to you and what they can't. Like if
Gotcha.
you're playing super scared level 1 for no reason, you're just gonna like get bodied and miss free CS at level 1 that you shouldn't be missing. Yeah, this is a little... Yeah, your CM's like kind of griefing by like going for this pull when it like totally wasn't necessary, but what can you do? This Razor's asking for it. Give it to him. Oh! Very nice. Yeah, this guy's crazy. Tried. Definitely eat a tango here. It would have helped you get through the trees as well, and you like need to eat one anyways.
Yeah. I need to do that more.
Slow
like,
eating a tango. Yeah, you definitely need to be eating your tangos faster. Like, you can't be sitting at half HP. That first tango, literally, you've already eaten it. You'd be at like full HP right now.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, and then this is like way too aggressive.
Yeah, I see that and I back off.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty advanced, but like, okay, so this Phoenix is hitting you, but as soon as he starts hitting you here, he is like overextended.
Yeah, because he's in backer range of all those creeps.
Exactly.
Right?
So like he's just like here, he's aggroed creeps onto himself. So if you were to stun him right now and hit him, he would take a bunch of damage. Like a bunch of damage. And especially you have so many creeps. So like it's important, right? It's all about positioning, and you know, if you're Guardian, you're just not going to be good at this. But I'm just going to explain it, and you know. So right here, you've got a bunch of creeps, which is good, but you're like positioned too close to his creeps.
Yeah, I'm way too close. I should have gone behind, right, and to the right.
Well,
so
and it's like
range.
if you were standing here, you could right click this Razor for free right now, but you put yourself near his creeps. So that makes these attacks you do on him really bad, because then all his creeps just attack you. Versus if you were standing here doing the exact same thing, this would be good, right?
Yeah.
So it's just your positioning in the lane, and then conversely, when this Phoenix does the same, thing. The Phoenix is attacking you, which is good, and then he draws aggro, which is bad. Then you don't punish him. Like, you made the mistake yourself, and then you're not punishing him when he's making the mistake. So you're not going to be perfect at this because you're Guardian, but these are things you should be aware of, is like, are they allowed to stand where they're standing? And this, you know, if you have 10,000 games of Dota, you just know. You're just like, oh, like that guy's like walked up too far. But if you're not sure, you just have to look at the creeps. Like, is he going to draw aggro when he attacks me? Like, am I going to draw aggro when I attack him? Like, where can I stand to not draw aggro? Like, don't stand near the creeps. Especially as a ranged hero, don't stand near the creeps when you don't have to.
I'm not using my range advantage.
Exactly. Okay, yeah. This is their level 2 spike that is really bad. And, you know, you've gotten 5 CS. Like, all this stuff is combined for you've gotten 5 CS in the first 3 minutes. Because you were playing 2 passive early, and then you were... and then your CM did grief. Your CM griefed you with the pull, honestly. But... yeah, you were just playing 2 passive early and you didn't get enough of your CS. Okay, so you got your item off the courier. Okay, well, you're getting some CS now. You should feel safe. You're not safe, but like in this situation, you get this creep. I would just defensive aggro these melees back. Just to make it harder for Razor to try and contest. You can still save your stun like you did for the range creep. Like, I think what you did for the range creep here is good. But then, like, these melees could just be back here. Back here, if the Razor tries to walk up and deny, you're going to get a bunch of free damage. And then, yeah, here you're attacking the Razor, which is really good, though. It's good pressure. So the CM is pulling at the right time now. That's cool. So he's just... Basically, your CM is pulling at random. So that first time it was shit, and then this time it's really good. But he probably doesn't know the difference. Right. Bird using harass. Very annoying. Fire Spirits is like just a broken ability.
Nice. Yeah, I know how to play around it, but I feel like people are picking Phoenix more than they used to like a year
They
ago
are.
too. So
Phoenix is very popular right now.
She's such a fucking utility box for.
Yeah. Yeah, the hero does a ton of damage. Like the level 1 Fire Spirits, if you hit all 4, is like 1,000 damage. It's like something ridiculous, or it's like 700 damage, or something ridiculous like that.
I almost feel like it's easier to dodge it as a melee hero too, because it's easier to fake it out.
Yeah, well, you have decent move speed.
Yeah, with Fiery Soul.
Yeah. So here in this situation, it's just really important to prioritize the flag bearer over anything else.
Yeah, I'm still a little not used to like prioritizing the flag bearer.
Just
creep.
a flag bearer, just basically think about it, is 2 creeps. So
yeah,
if there's ever this happens to me all the time. There's 2 creeps that are gonna die, and one's a flag bearer. Just fucking ignore the other one. Just ignore it.
Yeah.
And that's just what you have to do, because there you went for the ranged, and that caused you to miss the flag bearer.
Yeah. If I got that was 2 creeps. If I got the flag bearer,
exactly. So it feels weird because it's like a new mechanic still, but it's literally just. You just think of it as 2 creeps, and if your CM's nearby, it's literally 3 creeps worth of gold to like secure it. So it's like crazy important. Yeah, don't help your CM in these situations. Like your CM's preventing the Phoenix from harassing you, so that you can CS without getting fucked with. Like that's what your CM's doing, which is good. So take advantage of what she's doing. And freely CS. If the enemy overextends and you're like, oh, I can just kill them, then go kill them. If your CM overextends and feeds, so fucking be it. It's not your job as a half HP Lina to like help your CM out if he's gonna like just feed. So like the only correct play here is to hit creeps and focus on your CS, and then go take free kills if they present themselves. But like, that's not what's happening here.
But yeah, I'm overextending myself there. If they just turned on me, I would have died.
Well, not even die, but you just missed a free CS, and you wasted a spell. But it's like whatever. But yeah, the CS is like the only thing that matters really. So just like a little bit of a lack of like focusing on the CS. Yeah, like there's a range creep where I guess you were focused on the siege creep, but you weren't.
I was getting items too, I think.
Okay. Yeah, try and get the items in between creep waves. Like as a Guardian player, you just don't have the capacity to like to think about it otherwise. Yeah, you flew out a salve. I don't really like this. Like honestly, I see this and I didn't see you had already bought the salve. But like if you're like this, like I think you just need to go base.
Yeah, go base and walk back base, TP out.
Yeah, there's no amount of like unless you're flying out a salve and like 2 clarities or a clarity and a mango, like it's just not gonna be enough. Like because you can't play the lane as Lina with no mana.
Really? Because I have a Falcon Blade and a CM with me. I feel like I'm like not that scared of just like standing around.
Well, no, because you need your stun to like secure CS and then keep your stacks up. Like Lina's functions as a hero with the fiery soul stacks. So if you're like out of mana and can't cast spells and can't keep your fiery soul stacks up, then you're just kind of trash hero.
Yeah, fair.
You're gonna be able to cast 1 spell. You're gonna get like 1 fiery soul stack or 3 if you hit a good Q or something. I mean, Falcon Blade plus CM is like almost enough, but like not really. Not if you're playing around like 100 mana. If you're playing at like 500 mana, then yeah, like you don't need to like be flying yourself out mana regen, but you've like used all your mana. Oh, that's cool. Run away. Lina's very fast. This is a bit of a crazy chase. I guess it's okay, but like, do you notice the tower right now?
Yeah.
You're missing literally a whole wave under tower. Because what happened here? So what they did is they just dragged basically. So they have another wave that's about to come hit your tower. And I get you're trying to punish because they're low.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is a tough call because the Razor does get really low. I mean, you do kill him. I guess this is okay. You traded 2 kills for a creep wave, which isn't, at the end of the world, is actually probably worth it. So, honestly, it's fine. It's fine.
I think it was nice, too, because I got a reset out of that.
If you hadn't got those kills, though, it would have been bad,
yeah.
You know?
It means it's like a low percentile or like risky play.
Exactly.
I guess
like,
one
if
wave.
it works, great. And if it doesn't work, well, you kind of fucked yourself. But it's like, whatever. Very nice. Oh, you didn't get him.
Yeah, I canceled the auto.
That's a rip. What happens here? So you come back to this lane, and you farm the stack. They waste both their spells, but then this Razor just gets on top of you. Yeah, this is like, I don't know, it's just like Rumble Dota. It's like, what happened to the creep waves, you know? Like, where did our focus on the creep waves go? Like, even instead of doing this camp, which, like, I don't hate that you did the camp. I don't. But, like, what if we, like, clear the next wave first? Because this Razor... I mean, unless you're really scared of this Razor, but you're, like, level 6. I don't know, you get the camp.
Yeah, I think I'm respecting him too much. I don't know. I hate Razor.
Yeah. And then you, like, come back over for the creep. And I think at this point, the main mistake here is coming back over for the second creep. Like,
yeah,
when they go on you here,
let him have it.
It's like whatever. There's like a creep wave. We can't see it because these stupid replay bugs. But there's a creep wave right here, right? So at this point, this big creep is not important.
I think I was in the mentality of they use their spells, I should punish them. So
yeah, I mean, just punish them by getting a free wave of CS.
Fair.
And they can't fuck with you, right? Like it is Guardian. Let's just like focus on our own farm, and like let's hit a timing at 20 minutes where we have more gold than anybody else instead of like trying to like fight in our lane. Because I mean, your CS is trash. Your CS is super trash for 9 minutes. We just have not focused on the CS enough. You know, there's some setbacks as well, but even with setbacks, right? I'm not expecting you to have like 80 CS at 10 minutes, but you know, I want to, especially on a hero like Lina, we should have like 50 at least.
I definitely feel like I can get 60.
Yeah. And it's just, you know, it's just losing track of like the creeps and not CSing and fighting them and going to base, then coming back and fighting them again and going to base, like, right? We just didn't CS for like 2 minutes, which is where all of our CS went. Okay, very cool. Getting our Maelstrom. Make sure we're using our Arcane Ring here. There we go. Farming is very good. I like this. Yeah, I would definitely keep the Arcane Ring here. I think it's a good decision. So this is pretty advanced here, but do you see what this Razor's doing?
Yeah, using his Q.
Or what is he doing, though?
The hard camp?
Right. The hard camp just respawned, and he's doing it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this is happening. I just want to point it out. This is something I do in my games. Like, when I'm this Razor, and I don't want to come fight you as the Lina, the best thing he can do is take this camp away from you so that you can't farm it again for a minute.
Yeah.
So it's just something to be aware of that offlaners will do. I'm not saying in this specific situation you need to do anything about it. I'm just explaining what he's doing because you're going to clear this wave out super fast, and then you're going to
be sad that there's no hard camp.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just something to think about. You know, I'm not going to tell you like exactly what you need to be doing. I'm just like putting it on your radar. Is like that's what's happening here.
Yeah.
Just for you to be aware. Bring your stacks up, and now we go jungle, yes? Oh. Yeah, no, this is not good. Yeah, you just shouldn't be trying to fight them here. Also, your positioning is, like, kind of regularly very bad, right? But you're Lina with 670 attack range, and then you walk into, like,
I should stay way back.
400 range of the Razor.
I think I'm also in the mentality of I need to be in stun range, but I should keep that as just, like, a
Well, even
deterrent,
your stun range, your stun cast range is quite big. It really is. Right, I mean, I can't demo the hero. Hold on, I just wanna make sure we're on the same page here. I actually don't play a lot of Lina. I've not picked it up as like a hero right now, even though it's like Giga strong. And you know, it's a little bit harder than it is. It's a little bit easier said than done. But I just want to make sure like we understand exactly what we're talking about here. It's like, right, our cast range. If like we're clipping people at the edge, right? It's right. I'm decently far away from the creeps here, and then your attack range is quite big.
Yeah, I need to use her attack range way better because she has like the highest base attack range.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, one misclick and all of a sudden you're like 300 range. You're within 300 range of somebody, so that's what I mean. Like it's not like I can say like, oh, let's just stay at max range all the time, but it's not always that easy. But it's just something to work on fixing because I'm just seeing it as a pattern for you. What? Fine.
Yeah, no, my position could definitely be a lot better. That's something I noticed watching my replays.
Here. Let's get back in here. This is where we killed them. We'll farm this. Razor came back. Farm this again. Yeah, and then here's the fight. Okay. But yeah, at this point, you should just be like, oh, I want to go jungle. And, like, if they're going to kill this Razor right now, like, your only contribution is, like, hitting at max range and throwing an ult. But,
yeah.
But it's the most important... What's, like, the most important thing about the skirmish that's about to happen? Like, what is priority number one?
The fact that... Or, like, I don't know, me pushing out waves and getting creeps while they fight?
No, it's just to not die.
Oh,
to
that's
not die. Like, however this happens... Your priority number one is to not die. So, like, as soon as this happens, like, I'm fucking out. I'm out. And you're, like, walking closer and, like, committing. Right? But just value your own life at the expense of anything else, right? Because you have your Maelstrom flying out. You literally are the fastest farming hero in Dota right now with a Maelstrom.
I'm about to hit my hyper farm period, which I don't want to waste.
Lina literally farms faster than any other hero right now, I think, with a Maelstrom.
Yep.
And then you just die. And then you're getting 0 GPM for 30 seconds or 40 seconds. Until you hit your next creep, you're getting 0 GPM. It's just so important to just not die in these skirmishes. Like, little pick-off where you get to use your ults, like, fine. Like, full-on fight where you're have a 60% chance of dying, like, trash. Like, don't do it. We just don't care. We can kill, like... 50 CS a freaking minute right now. Not really, but we can kill like 20 CS.
Yeah, I get a billion CS.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just crazy how fast this hero farms. So I wouldn't have gone for this stack. I get what you're like trying to be efficient, right? But like at this point, with all the heroes dead or gone, like you should just be looking to go back to lane. So like you should 100% farm this ASAP. But just farm it. It'll respawn anyways. Go push the lane out, push it out again, and then like farm your way backwards through the jungle.
Yeah, I probably could have just killed him the time I waited.
Exactly. Yeah. Hit the lane first, or priority is the highest. Yeah. Then you farm anyways.
Yeah.
I guess given that the stack didn't go off, it's better. It's good that you noticed the lane at least. That's good. So Phoenix is here, shoving it out. Good. Yeah, that's what we want to see. See him block the camp? Somebody farm that? That's weird. We see a bunch of heroes mid right now. So, like, I don't blame your awareness for not being, like, super, super high. But, like, here we see Razor and Windranger and Hoodwink mid. So this tells me that I want to go back to my lane. Like, I'm clearing this right here. And I'm going back bottom and shoving it out again. And the camps will respawn. So I'm coming bottom, shoving it out, then hitting these camps again, and then coming back.
Yeah.
And it's just about taking the lane CS while not giving Phoenix, like, a totally free lane. And if this Phoenix... what if the Phoenix showed up mid? Then you'd be in a super free lane and you maybe even get a free tower off of it, right?
Yeah.
And this is just a map awareness thing. Like, if you didn't notice that there were 3 heroes mid and you just continued your same farming pattern, you know, like, it is what it is. It's just not optimal, but it's just about noticing what's happening on the map. And
I'm a mini map starer, so
okay, right.
it might not show up in player view. I need to active camera more because I don't check items enough.
Okay, Razor's running at you. We're leaving. This is very cool. Okay, Tusk TP'd away, so we're like definitely out of here. It's all reasonable. You see the Phoenix? We'll see you move into your triangle here, probably. Nice. This is good. This is all good. Definitely would have farmed the Ancients one more time. I don't know, maybe you didn't notice, but they like respawned.
Yeah, I probably didn't notice, or I thought the mid was more urgency.
Well, you got your tiny was mid though, like the whole time. Your
Yeah,
tiny
true.
and CM are like sitting mid. Yeah, like you walking up to like going through these creeps for your mid tiny is like bad.
Kind of greedy.
Like it's
yeah.
objectively bad, right? Like, there's literally already a core here, and especially because you walked away from an ancient camp. But even if you hadn't, even if this ancient camp hadn't spawned, or if the timer was different or whatever, like never walk to where another one of your cores is already farming to take their farm, unless that's the only farm available to your whole team, and you need it. In which case it's okay. But like you had other options. You could have walked top. Given any other options, you should walk away from where your other cores are farming if you're just trying to like get creeps. Nice tier 2 at 18 minutes. Very cool. TP bottom with your bots. I think bots is good. Your team's taking a weird fight after you TP'd away. It's classic.
Do you think prioritizing bots over BKB is better most games?
Yeah, at Guardian for sure. Because you farm so fast and it's just going to accelerate you so much. Like, you definitely need a BKB this game just to be able to like hit Phoenix Egg and shit. But like, if you had a BKB right now instead of these bots, I wouldn't want like. It's just Guardian. Like, you're not gonna be like hitting huge power spikes and like taking Roshan at 19 minutes with your teammates. That'll happen in Immortal. Yeah. It will, but like, it's just not gonna be happening in Guardian. So, nice little pick off there. This is very minor, and I think what you're doing is fine. I would just put on Int Vambrace just for the extra damage.
Yeah, I feel like I wanted the magic res.
Well, if you're in the middle of the fight, you should for sure toggle it if you have the brain space. I guess if you don't want to think about it at all, you could just always leave it on strength.
Yeah, Vambrace is also just not on my like brain map because I'm not used to it as an item still.
Are you keeping this other item on purpose?
Yeah, I felt like I was like, oh, maybe I want to regen up in between.
Okay, I mean, you're playing the hero well though at this phase in the game. I actually I don't know if I would have TP'd mid here. You finish your BKB, which like to me is like that is like definitely an indicator that you could be looking to show up to fights.
Yeah, that was why I was like, I have BKB, we fight, we take mid.
That was chill, I like it. I probably wouldn't have, but I probably could have, as you showed, so. Man, our CM needs to not be dead so we can get our mana back. It's actually really nice to have CM with Lina.
It's super nice. I love playing with CM. I feel like the lanes where I'm like, damn, the support pairing with Lina is kind of dog shit, end up kind of going well somehow. So it's very strange.
Lina just can do anything in lane. It's crazy.
She's a strong hero, yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely be flying out Clarities if you're not going back to base when you did.
I think I'm farming my way back to base right now.
Okay. I guess that's okay, actually, if you want to do that. That's the next. That's good.
Usually, if I'm hitting this camp, I'm farming my way back to base. I feel like.
Yeah. Okay. That's reasonable. You TP'd bottom and then farm your way back to base. Because you could have just TP'd base and not dealt with bottom, but I think what you did is perfectly fine. Maybe even good.
Quick buy's not showing up. Doesn't it normally show up in replays?
Yeah, it normally does. I don't know. Maybe there's a new replay bug. So you chose not to TP in to help your team, but you looked at it at least. Honestly, I think that's reasonable. I don't even care too much about whether the decision was right or wrong, but at least you looked.
I feel like top would have been the better lane, though, right?
I think this is fine because here you can farm your jungle, and then if you don't see them, you can bounce. Versus here,
Yeah,
farming the
it's
jungle
riskier.
is like it just feels a lot scarier to me.
Yeah.
I think your
Yeah.
decision was fine.
Yeah, I was in. I'm close to glut mode.
Yeah.
It also feels like a lot scarier to try to force TPs nowadays. I think, right?
What do you
When I'm
mean?
like a carry and I'm just shoving a lane.
Oh yeah, I I feed sometimes like that. People are like very on top of it. Remember just yesterday I was playing a game and I was like shoving the enemy tier 2 bottom just like you were doing, and I was like, I'll be able to get out, and then like they instantly had like 2 heroes there like a second after I showed, and I was like, what?
Yeah, they didn't even change the like TP range or anything. I think it's just like the heroes, right? I feel like
I
Lena's a
don't
little
know.
scared even with
Maybe,
BKB.
maybe. I really don't know. Maybe people are just more aware of like that people are more aware of like people like us trying to like get away with shit that like maybe we shouldn't be able to get away with. Oh, bummer. Yeah, we started hitting that egg a little late. It's not a huge deal.
That was a bad decision. I felt like I could save him with the stun or something, but no.
So you just go for the egg here, but it had already just been up for a while. I mean, you almost got it, but like it had just already been up for too long.
Yeah, I just got this because I got there late, right?
Yeah, I think the only thing you could have done differently is you could have Gleipnired like these 2 heroes like right now.
Hmm.
Like if you
Yeah.
Gleipnir these guys right now, and then like stun, and it just hit. You know, if you ignored the egg and just focused these 2 heroes down, because you queued the Wind Ranger to, and you got your stacks back up, but you just didn't use your Gleipnir here, and then the Ricky got away.
Yeah,
Because
I
the egg,
felt
I
like
think
we
the
were
egg
gonna
was going up
kill.
anyways.
Yeah, I think what I was thinking was I felt like the Ricky was gonna get away anyways. So I was just, and they were gonna kill the Wind Rage already. So I was like, I should focus the egg. That felt like my priority.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just misjudged like how long the egg had been up, I think, which is like understandable.
Yeah.
Those kind of things, it just happens.
Yeah, this game gets pretty difficult from here though because the Razor is just fucking unkillable.
Razor is definitely not unkillable, my friend. Bloodstone. He didn't even disassemble his Vanguard. This guy's a moron. You build the Vanguard so you can disassemble it and get a faster Bloodstone. You don't need a Vanguard on Razor. What just happened here? Did you TP in? No, you walked in. Yeah, this is just very bad positioning on your part. I'm not really sure what you're doing here. Right, you have 2 heroes dead. You don't even have your BKB up here. This is wild.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't die here.
Pretty Herald.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I mean, with your CM dead, I don't know. Well, it's just, here's the thing is you just need to be on the same page with your team. Honestly, your hero is so strong that, like, if your team, like, defends this in a coordinated way, like here, if you just pop BKB and then stun ulti... Okay, it's on cooldown, so you can't even do that, which makes this play better.
Once it's up, I can probably combo
even if
somebody,
you had
right?
BKB, if you had BKB like right now, and you wanted to BKB in this exact second, and then start hitting them all, I feel like that would work.
Yeah, they'd probably just die. I just need to wait for my BKB.
Uncoordinated, and your BKB was
Yeah.
Well, and you just need to be on the same page as your team. Like, if that's what you wanted to do, you just need to make sure you're letting them know, like, hey, like, I think we can defend this tower, the 3 of us.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, like, press all my buttons. They're all gonna die, you know. And you do it, like, you know, cool.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're not walking like a psycho, like 8 seconds before your BKB's up, you know.
Yep.
While your Tusk was still in base, by the way. Okay, so you're gonna clear some top pressure. I like this. Yeah, your guys' lanes are like kind of trash right now. Nobody's like dealing with them. Very nice. Look at that. Just click the razor and he dies. So your team all TP'd into you. Definitely make sure you're always following up the Gleipnirs with the stuns. Like you queued first, which like if you just W'd first and you don't miss this stun, this razor just dies. Like if you
Yeah, I
W this
need
razor
to.
and then ult him, he just dies.
Yeah, I need to get a better intuitive sense of the range because I think I'm used to like the old stun range or something. I don't know.
I don't think Nina's stun range ever changed.
Really?
Yeah.
I just need to get a better intuitive sense of the stun range, though. I think I always put myself a little too close because I don't know the edge of it.
Yeah. Okay, then this fight breaks out. Yeah, it just did not start that good. No, you didn't have Gleipnir up till the very end. Is what it is.
The missed chance on the cloud also fucked me up from killing the egg.
Yeah, it did.
Very
I
unfortunate.
noticed that. Okay, this TP makes sense. We're not really looking to straight up fight them right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm not really sure what you're doing here. This doesn't make any sense to me.
Miscommunication with my mid. I didn't think he was gonna get that wave. But
Well,
also,
okay,
I feel
at
too
this point,
scared.
At this point, you just TP'd bottom. This mid wave is not your job.
Yeah.
Like, you just walked past like 4 or 5 camps of farm.
Yeah, I probably should have just got either taken this jungle
do
or gone
nothing.
deeper and TV'd out, right?
Yeah. You just need to farm these camps, and then shove out this next wave if you still see them all, and like farm the rangers or something. I don't know. You TP down here to farm, and then you just like walked past all this farm.
I think my mindset was I was trying to buy a space, and I feel like my job is to like fix the entire map when I probably should just focus on half of the map.
Yeah, I mean, if your bots are back up and you want to TP back, that's cool. But like, your hero's job is to not run across the map to fix like one wave right outside your base. Like at that point, it's a lost cause, right? So like conceptually here, they are trying to like just in the game of Dota, they're the team that's ahead, and they're trying to take your objectives. They want you to fight them, and they want to like box you guys in on the map. They want you to be stuck inside your base. So your TP here to where they're not, and kind of making space out this way and being able to farm his jungle is very important, such that they don't box you in. And then you run back inside the box they want you to be in, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden you've boxed yourself back in of your own volition.
Yeah.
Giving up all this space. So that's just like macro wise, like what I'm looking at here. Like they want you to be in the box, and then you literally walked back into the box.
Yeah, I'm not farming right now when I could
for no reason. For no reason. Yeah, it is horrific macro play from you. Let's just be real. And you know, I'm not like, if you're unfamiliar with these concepts, then you're not going to do this right, which is fine. I'm just explaining to you that that's like macro wise what should happen, and then we saw what you were doing. Okay, so you guys got to go for smoke. I think this is cool. Does Ricky have a Manta? What just happened? Yeah, he does. That's unfortunate. Okay, so this is like the carry. Interesting. Okay, so the Razor BK bead. Got the Ricky once. We can get out, that's good. Oh no, you turned around. Okay, good. I was like, you are not killing that guy again. Yeah, you're hanging around way too long here.
Yeah, I was hanging around way too long. I thought I could save him.
No, your job as Lina is to not save your team. Your hero does not save, especially on this much health and mana.
Yeah.
You're just not a save hero. You're a I kill them all when I'm strong hero. Yeah, that's just some awful save your buddy syndrome. Is this guy your friend?
No.
No, you're party with the tiny. Okay, I was like, this is a party game. But yeah, that's just not what your hero does. MKB could have been a consideration here because of the smoke cloud. But
Yeah, I feel like
I
in
do like the Force Staff,
hindsight,
actually. I like the Force Staff a lot.
yeah, I feel like in hindsight, I should have like not gotten the crit stick, and I should have just gone for Scotty instead.
Scotty also good. What's happening here? Your team's fighting them. You TP and then you cancel. Okay. Well, yeah, that fight was never going to happen. It's kind of a panic TP from you, and then you realized that it would not be a good TP. So I guess that's good that you didn't finish it at least.
Yeah, because I saw the Ricky top, so I was like, I guess we could potentially fight this, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, when you guys commit on this Razor here, I think this is good. You just don't hit BKB. And like it feels weird because like you're like, why would I BKB here? Nothing's happening to me.
so I can secure the kill.
But it's just you secure the kill and you make it a for sure thing. Because then what? And they haven't used their spells yet. Is what's happened. Like you've done all this, and this is a great initiation. And the only thing they can do is like counter initiate and use their spells to stop you. So that's why you BKB is because you like anticipate that they are now going to use their spells after your initiation has gotten off, right? You add this element of surprise, and then all of a sudden you're fucking hoodwink stunned. This Razor's not dying. Eventually dies, but he gets another Q off, which kills your CM. You know, you take a bunch of damage. Like you would have still been full health because you wouldn't have been stunned in the first place.
Yep.
And you probably could have transitioned it into killing the egg too. So yeah, just in this situation, this is when you preemptively BKB. Is like you've gotten a perfect initiation right now, and then you just BKB to finish it off.
Yep, makes sense.
Literally all his damage you take was Phoenix Dive, the Hoodwink Stun, and then like Maelstrom procs from Wind Ranger. You would have literally taken 0 damage, and I think some Razor passive procs also. You would literally be at full HP right now if you would just BKB at the perfect time, and you could have hit that egg, and you would have killed Phoenix also because you would have been at full HP. And I was like, why the fuck would I not hit the egg? I'm BKB'd.
Dire structures are fortified.
This is really minor. I would just walk top here, right? You have bots. They're not gonna like if they hard commit on your team, you TP in.
Yeah.
And like otherwise, usually what happens here is they're just gonna be sitting outside your base, hoping that one of you like leaves, and you're not gonna leave, right? You're not just gonna like randomly walk outside the base.
Yeah.
Like unless your guy's idea is like, oh, they can't be here at all because they don't have their Razor. Let's kill them all right now. Unless that's what you're going for, then you just don't need to be like here, right?
Yeah, I should set myself up to push us out.
Exactly. Get out of the box,
And I
right?
do it eventually.
Be ready to get out of the box. And yeah, you do. And this is good.
I just need to do it faster.
Right. Well, and now they've spread back out, so it's like less safe to be doing it. Versus when you knew they were all here, it was perfectly safe to like go shove this wave out. And if you go shove it out again, right? Because like even if they reacted to you being here, they were down here. So even if they run straight here, like by that point you'll be up here, right? And then you have your TP and you can TP out if you don't see the bottom anymore.
Yeah.
Versus doing it in the reverse order, they like kind of weren't showing here and then you walked here. So if they had just walked here at the same time that they stopped showing while you walked here, they could have like already been.
I could have met them there. Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, they're here. You know, in Immortal, that shit will happen. In Guardian, that won't happen. But you know. This Ricky is insane. Classic. All right, what matters here? Their carry is dead. Killing them all is nice. Oh, we're not BKBing again. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I also didn't expect the Hoodwink TP. I thought I was in a very safe position to like just wail without while saving BKB.
Yeah, you don't have any vision behind you. Yeah, that's real unfortunate though. Yeah, unfortunately your guys' vision game is not the best, and they had a ward. We saw it as a replay bug. I don't think you saw it in your game, but like they had a perfect ward to like see you. Yeah, hang around on low HP again. Definitely just get out.
Yeah, I should just prioritize healing myself.
Lina does not fight on 300 HP with no BKB, like ever. Like that's just I'm getting out, waiting for the next BKB, and if you all die, so fucking be it. You know. It's all good. Probably just gonna end the game here now. Looks like that's what happens anyways. Yeah, this is a very poor go from you guys, right? You're fighting outside your base without a hero. With no vision. Like, if you guys want to try and fight them, just wait for your CM and then smoke, you know?
Yeah.
You see the Hoodwink top. The Hoodwink's not that important, and we don't have our CM, right? Especially after this guy gets his BKB off. Yeah, just gotta wipe your whole team. Yeah, and it's just like taking a fight. It was just taking a 4v5, like with no vision.
Yeah, the game just kind of ends.
Okay. Yeah, I think the biggest thing in this lane was, or in this game, was the lane. I think if you can like crisp up your lane a little bit and focus more on the CS, and like not die in a couple of those early engagements, and then like CS better in the lane, like you'll just be so much better set up to like enter the mid game and just crush these fools.
Yeah.
And you know, there's some small like execution things you could have done better for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're just like 2,000 net worth higher, like when the mid game starts, then the game's just easier. And, you know, that won't always happen, but like we talked about what you could do a little bit better in the lane.
Yeah. All right. You have enough time to like look at the laning phase of the Clinkz game, because that was like.
Oh yeah. No, we have plenty of time.
It's like a really shit lane. My mentality is like, okay, I just want to get into this lane ASAP, but I end up leaving at level 5, and I just feel like I don't jungle very well because I also had a point in skeleton walk.
Clinkz is very bad jungler early on.
Yeah, I feel like I half-assed that I want to get out of the lane ASAP too, because I think I went boots and I got skeleton walk so I could live, and it saved me once, but like other than that, I just delayed my maelstrom. I think we end up winning this one anyways because my team ends up carrying me, but I just my first like my farm just feels really slow because I was just like in a dog lane.
Okay. So here, make sure you're hitting this Clinkz, or sorry, this Legion, right? You don't aggro the creeps. Like you just sitting here doing nothing, waiting for this first creep to get low enough to try and CS, is not good.
Yeah, they always respecting them too much too because they're only level 1.
Yep. I mean, there's nothing to respect or not respect. There's just you're not gonna aggro the creeps. You can just hit him for free.
Yeah.
With like 60 damage.
Yeah.
And this Legion is not gonna like that, so you should just do it. Why did these creeps aggro you here?
Yeah, I think I accidentally right-clicked. Okay. Maybe I always manually press W and lay. Yeah, I must have, but I'm only like just tapping W on them. Maybe when I moved.
Maybe. Okay, this is good. This is good. You should have just been doing this at level 1 for the first group die.
Yeah.
Then you were hitting them perfect. That was all good. Honestly, for CS like this, like if this guy's gonna walk and go for this deny, right? That's what he's doing.
You just punish him for denying it,
just
right?
hit him 5 times. Yeah. And this one deny that he maybe gets is gonna cost him like 200 health. And that's not worth it for him. So if he's gonna go for this, just make it not worth it for him. And
Yeah.
say okay, you got to deny, and now you're gonna be at like 300 HP. You know. Some good right clicking. So definitely defensive aggro. Like I like these right clicks on Tusk, and then right here defensive aggro, and pull these creeps back to your range.
Really? Because I feel like it puts me in a really shit position to get their ranged, right?
You're just not gonna get their range. You're just not gonna get it. Like
Yeah. Okay, I just need to give it up.
yeah, you have no way to secure range creeps. You positioned right on top of all your creeps is like bad because, I mean, if this Legion was good, he'd probably just be nuking you every once in a while.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think. Mhm.
I was just gonna say, and then like and then they can just freely come up to contest these CS and denies, right? Like this, if your creeps are back here, then you can still orb block harass, but then it's just gonna fix the lane for you too. I guess that's the biggest thing.
Because the range that pushes back.
If your melees go to their range, their melees go to your range, and then whatever. Even if this Legion secures the range for this Q, you're gonna have 3 melees now that are gonna chase you and be down here, and then your next wave is gonna be in way better spot.
Yeah.
And then in the meantime, he's not gonna be able to contest any denies or anything, and we don't fix the lane. At least we're focusing on CS here, which is nice.
I feel like,
that
I mean,
CS.
if I'm just like focusing on the range too much, I need to give it up for sure. But I was consciously telling myself not to like brainlessly aggro creeps back because I feel like it's been hurting me on range heroes.
Oh, I mean, if you can secure yourself like uncontested melees at
Yeah,
the
3
cost
CS
of a
for one.
range every once in a while, and then
Yeah.
not have to worry about like taking this excess harass, not having to worry about them trying to deny, then that'll be like worth it.
Yeah,
Like,
I think I'm
yes-
just not thinking of the trade-off correctly.
Yeah, it's like yes, range creeps are good, but like if neither you or your support have a way to secure range creeps, like you just have to accept that you're just not going to get them all. And
Yeah,
certain range creeps are just not worth it, right? In the same sense that like for that Legion getting that deny shouldn't have been worth it. Like in some cases, getting the range creep is like not worth it if it's going to cost you like a bunch of health.
gotcha.
So we haven't flown ourselves out any items yet. We have a Tango, Sage's Mask. Yeah, I mean our last hits again are just abysmal. Honestly, I thought you were doing better than this. What is going on?
I think I'm like I was like barely missing them against this Legion. It's just a little base damage, I guess, or me fucking up. I'm still getting used to
Well,
Clinkz
this
also.
first one they were like trying to deny you. We talked about that. Oh yeah, this is like one of those Abaddon Griefs. You here again though. Now that we're back here watching this, I didn't mention this the first time, but just like, look at this. Here, right before this guy's shield goes, but just defensive aggro again. Like just drag this creep back.
Yeah.
Constantly defensive aggroing it'll just make your melee creep like back here as well. So when you do kill this creep, it'll take less long. Like constantly defensive aggroing is really like it's just so key. If you're not doing it all the time,
I do it a lot on melees, but I feel like I was really brainlessly doing it on range creeps or on ranged heroes, and it was like putting me in bad positions. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it shouldn't be putting you in a bad position unless you're like unless you're aggroing and then putting yourself and then like overextending for the range creep. Like if that's what you're doing, then yeah, you're gonna take a lot of extra damage. But if you don't put yourself out of position for the range creep, then it should just be a net good over time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I just needed to learn when to give up the range creep.
Okay, so yeah, we're just like barely missing some CS here, which is unfortunate. Okay, so this is good. I like that use of defensive aggro. I would have said something if you didn't, so that was good. Right. Let's chill. Let's chill. That was unfortunate. I feel like you could have killed this Tusk here. Like you misclicked. But if you had like clicked him twice, I guess your Q range at level 1 is really shit though. Maybe not. Maybe you couldn't have.
It doesn't do a lot of damage either.
That's true.
It doesn't do. Yeah, the damage is pretty dog shit.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's like whenever I watch pros, usually it's usually like, oh, so I want to get off an auto attack when they're on the edge of my like auto attack range, and then Q again to finish them off with like the tip of it. That's pretty much when I see it used early.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, this is tough. They can kind of just do this at any point. It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, at this point I'm just like, all right, I want to leave this lane ASAP.
Is your Abaddon pulling here? No, he's not. He's just
going
to get the downer in. Yeah, I think here you're already overextended. They honestly could have gone on you right here, but like, let's see. These replay bugs are so annoying. Oh, so what happens is the Abaddon goes for the big camp pull. No, I don't even know what he's doing. This is not... your Abaddon's doing nothing right now. He's aggroing the big camp for no reason. But like at this point, the lane is now under the tower in a terrible, terrible position for you. So the only thing that matters is getting the lane pulled back somehow.
Yeah.
So like hitting the Tusk once or twice here is fine. But like I think here you need to go for a pull. Like these CS are unattainable for you, unattainable. Yeah. And I struggled with this for a long time. I was like I can't just like ignore CS, right? And the thing is, if you watch high level players, they will ignore certain CS. Like they literally will just not go for it. They'll walk away from it, and it's just recognizing like when it's like too dangerous. Like this is just too dangerous, and you can fix this, right? If you aggro this camp right now, you can get this pull off yourself.
Yeah, I can just hold. Yep. Right.
And then here, these are you just cannot be here. You just cannot.
Yep.
Oh no, this is good. Okay, so you walk back. You didn't go for that. It was here. Yeah, and I guess technically this is too dangerous as we see, but
yeah.
I don't really.
I was like, Abaddon's close. I should be okay, but no, I just they just tag team probability.
It is.
That's from hero.
Yeah. No, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But yeah, you should want to leave. Because
from here on, my game gets very shit because they just kind of go on me whenever I'm in lane.
Yeah.
Not even Abaddon can
save
me.
And you know what? It do be like that. Well, this Abaddon technically can save you, but if he's not in position and not playing it well, then no, he cannot. Did they pull? So you should be tangoing here. You should 100% be tangoing here as soon as creep dies. Like,
yeah,
you cannot be at less than 100% HP, or they just full to zero you. They might full to zero you even if you're 100 HP. They definitely do it if you're sitting at 600. So you're not eating a tango here, which is really bad. And yeah, you buy the boots, which doesn't make any sense. Okay, so they did pull here. This is good. Getting this creeps. I would be killing this faster. You're doing this too slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be like doing this, and then you need to be going to farm the small camp. Like that's what needs to be going through your head. It's like, I don't want to be here. Okay, these seem free. I'm taking them fast. This is bad. You're waiting, and then you miss it, and you need to go to the small camp right away. Yeah. The only thing that matters is not being in this lane.
Yep.
Da, da, da. Yeah, you die here maybe?
Yeah, I can definitely sneak the small camp more often, you're right.
Yeah. Kill your app. You know, it's not sneaking it, it's just I literally don't want to be here anymore, and that's like a camp I can kill.
Yeah, that's the only alternative.
It's like it's like an efficient thing to do instead of being in lane. I would not be worrying about harassing the Legion at this point. I really wouldn't. Even here, don't keep these creeps outside of your tower. No, don't queue it. That's kind of a grief. because it's gonna like put these in deny range probably, and then you're just gonna deny them. Just drag this into your tower, right? They're about to double up the wave on you with a catapult. You're a Clinkz. It's like the worst thing they can do on you. Like, you want these to be under your tower, killing them. You want to kill it because your thought is you don't want to be in this lane.
Yeah, so I
you
just
want
shove
to
it
be out
of
of here ASAP. So this is going to cause you to be here for the next like 40 seconds. Like, that's what this means, is I'm stuck here for 40 seconds because I'm obligated to try and get these 7 CS that are here. And it's just going to grief you. And they're going to be able to dive you under the tower. And you're going to take a bunch of damage. You're just taking a bunch of damage from the creeps because they are now attacking you because you don't have a creep tank.
They probably would have died me if they were better.
Yep, you would 100% be dead if they wanted to kill you. They could have. They get another pull off, which is like what it is. You're cute shit. You don't get any of those last hits. And just go to the small camp again, right? Just go to the small camp again. Yeah, you're like, there's no reason. As soon as this last creep dies, there's literally no reason to be here anymore.
Yeah, I think I was greedy. I saw the low hard camp creeps.
I mean, even if you want to kill the hard camp creeps, walk over here.
Yeah.
Walk over here and kill them from here. You know?
Yeah. I just need to whole ass the leaving lane thing, I think.
Yeah. Oh, and it's not leaving. It's not leaving the lane. It's just not allowing them to, like, be near you.
Yeah, minimizing inefficient interaction.
Exactly. And it's just, if the lane is hard, don't be near the enemy heroes. That's not saying you can't be in the lane. Just don't be near them. Like, you're near them here. You're near them. You're as close as you could possibly be to them.
I didn't need to. Yeah.
You know? So of course they'd be dumb to not go on you here. You're just way out of position for no reason.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're staying far away from them. I did this video recently on... I'm not saying you have to go watch this, but just to explain, it was this Dawnbreaker?
Was it the Lina versus Dawnbreaker?
Yes.
I watched some of that, yeah.
Okay, if you watch the where we watched the rank 14 Dawn, like he literally just stays away from the Lina a ton. And I'm just like, oh, just don't go near them. It's so simple. Just don't be near the guy who's gonna hit you and do all your damage while you can't do shit. Like, just don't be near them. You know, defensive aggro, and then if the lane is not in a good spot for you, just don't go to it. Just go do something else in the meantime. Okay, so yeah, this is what we're talking about, the slow jungling. Yeah, I mean, this Legion is 6. Hold on. When you respawn, I just wanted to see exactly what's going on here. Because you die, there's creeps under your tower. Okay, by the time you respawn, you TP in, this Legion would be 6. Yeah, I can see not TPing back to the lane. I just wanted to check. Maybe you could have, but it's okay that you didn't. Because we didn't see the Tusk either, so if you TP'd in there, the Tusk could have just snowballed you on the tower and they could have dueled you and you could have died, so... I think that was a good not TP back to lane there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You're stacking.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I have not played any Clinkz carry in a very long time, so I actually don't know what the most efficient way to do it is, but my thought would be... it is not worth this 13-second wait to get one more camp. Like, you do not farm full camps fast enough to clear this jungle anyways. Like, stacking creates an extra camp for you to farm that wouldn't otherwise be there, but that doesn't matter if you're leaving a ton of surrounding camps unfarmed every minute anyways.
Yeah. I think I was just I was risking it for the biscuit.
Well, no, it's not even risking it. Your attempt...
Yeah, I was just being too greedy. I should have just focused on clearing another camp, right?
Well, no, but I'm trying to explain. It's not greed. I think you're just misunderstanding the concept of, like... Or maybe you just don't have this concept at all. But, like, stacking camps only matters if you have already cleared all the other camps around. Like, it's only going to increase your gold... If it was going to be a camp that wasn't there anyways.
Yeah, if it's a
like-
camp I wouldn't have been able to kill before the minute mark, essentially, right?
Or if there was no other camp that you could have farmed in that same time.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can farm this, and then this is still going to be there, and this is still going to be there, and this camp will be back again, right?
Bottom tower is under attack.
So like the one extra camp, you don't even get the stack, which this camp's hard to stack. I don't blame you, but
Yeah.
like this camp didn't respawn, right? It was still there.
Yeah, I think I just
What I'm getting.
brainlessly stack.
Yeah, and if it had been if you had gotten to that camp right at 9:54 and you tried to stack it, like that's fine, right? But don't wait 8 seconds doing nothing. That is inefficient. Very inefficient. Yeah, unfortunately this level 6 Tusk is just like running at you. What can you do?
Yeah, so like I just don't know where to go at this point. Kind of.
Top tower is under attack.
I like shove this wave. I'm like I want to queue this wave and get out. I want to get my 6, but I don't even have 6.
Yeah, it feels bad.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, I think you just go to this camp. This is like the safest camp.
Yeah, the bitch camp.
Yeah. And then, I mean, because we don't see the Tusk, I guess we're worried about the Tusk doing that again. And then if anything,
Yeah.
you can move to your triangle or something.
Yeah.
You can even consider going top. Like, this Lifestealer doesn't really do anything to you. Even though he's, like, massively out-leveling you, right? If you just, like, could come queue this wave and then, like, back to, like, farm this hard camp or something. The Lifestealer alone can't really stop you.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, so you saw the Tusk coming over. You left, which makes sense.
Is under attack.
Okay, the Storm came. Wow, that is a risky bounty room. Okay, so you commit. I like this. Storm standing here. I don't like it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, yeah, that was a good stack. You got the ult off and then killed the rest really fast, which is good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
stacks are okay, but like I don't know. There's
Yeah,
just, like, these
I'm
other
overdoing
camps
it
you
when
could
they're
be
all up.
hitting. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is like not good. You guys did get a kill, which I'm surprised by. But as soon as I see this, like I'm out. I'm not even staying to queue this. So I guess it worked out, and then you got a kill and you didn't get out. I think it's more luck than anything, though. You should just be like, I never want to fight anybody ever, and I'm running away as soon as I see anybody. Yeah, it's a pretty tough game because they have a Storm and a Legion and a Tusk. So they have like crazy pick off if you like show in any lanes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Storm like bad right now, or is he good? I just don't see him often.
What?
Is Storm bad right now?
He's not particularly good. I don't think he's like bad. Like as in like if you pick him, you're griefing. It's just like not. He's just not in a good spot. So it's like if you like the hero, you can play him, but it's never going to be the best choice for mid.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under
This
attack.
guy is chasing you. Get a nice stack here. Definitely make sure. Okay, well this is.
Well, the hard camp was empty, right? Or is it just
Why would
something
it be?
else?
Didn't it just spawn?
True.
We didn't even see it. I would have checked the first. Well, not check. I mean, you came to stack, which is fine. But then like your ult is almost up. So like if you just ult the if you just ult whatever
The
previous
Satyr,
hero,
whatever it
yeah.
is there. Gotcha.
Yeah, you're like not even paying attention to that hard camp. Definitely would have been there. That's okay.
Radiant structures are
You're
fortified.
Yeah, I think it was
likely
under
the first
duress.
item.
Dire's middle tower. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think this game you would get a Lincoln's first item. You would get this
Really?
You would get this Maelstrom, farm with it. This is your farming item, and then I think you're just gonna Maelstrom so that you don't get just like picked off by this LC.
When you're behind, don't you itemize to kill?
Well, you can only kill if you're not dead. It's like a farming Lincoln's.
Yeah.
It lets you farm without insta dying. Granted,
Yeah.
maybe Storm kills you without it. The Gleipnir's kind of good against the Storm. I think if you have a Linken's and then eventually have a Gleipnir, then I don't think Storm kills you either, because then his initial pull will not work on you, and then
Yeah,
you
the storm
Gleipnir
is
him and
not
then
an
you run
issue.
away.
The storm is not an issue this game.
Yeah, but this
But
Legion
I
will
was-
just kill you.
Yeah,
If you show
my
up
my
waves.
mentality is like, hey, it's like Guardian, so it's just like being able to pick off someone who's being stupid is really valuable. And I was just like, if I can just like punish like what is it? Storm doesn't build BKB this game, so I'm just like I just want to punish him. The other is just like, oh, if I can just punish the silencer or like scare off the lifesteal, then I don't think it's a bad buy either. But yeah,
Oh, I mean,
I should have considered Linken's
Gleipnir,
again.
Lifesteal doesn't care about Gleipnir hardly at all.
Yeah, but I like force him to cast rage, right?
I mean, I guess.
It's not like my primary reason, but
I don't know. Gleipnir is not going to be a bad item. Like, it's a good item on Clinkz.
yeah,
I just think you need another. I think you need an item that like keeps you alive.
you just prioritize not dying over being able to like
Yeah. Also,
cheekily contribute sometimes.
yeah. I mean, like the state of this game is that you're way behind, and you need to catch up. And
Yeah, and
they're
I'm scared
gonna
to
be,
show
like-
on waves,
and-
right?
and they're gonna be like trying to hunt you. So it's like, how are you gonna catch back up in this game if you can't like show any waves?
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay.
Also, showing up to this fight is super garbage, my friend. Super garbage.
Because
The
my
one-
mentality was like, there aren't really any creeps for me to hit. Or actually, there was. 'cause
What are
that
you
was an ancient
talking
camp.
about? Wait, there's this camp, and then there's all
Yeah.
this farm up here. There's
Yeah,
so
you're
much farm for you.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do for your team in this situation is free farm while they're having a tough time. You
Yeah.
have nothing that contributes yet. This is not you contributing. You showing up
Yeah.
and pressing 1Q is really bad. Like, you're just missing out on so much farm. You're missing out on
Yeah,
so
and I die
much
for it.
farm. There's no reason to be here. You should never want to come to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know what else I can say. That was You have to just be thinking like, I am helping my team best by free farming and taking advantage of the space they are making. Because your
Yeah.
hero doesn't want to fight until he has like 3 items. Like,
Yeah.
your hero is so strong when he hits these 3 items. You showing up before you have those items is just so inefficient because you're going to be so much stronger once you have them.
Yeah, and I farm so fast, I'd rather be farming than interacting with people. Okay.
Exactly. Okay, good stack. Ult? Yes. Oh, did you get... Wait.
I got silencer
you-
ulted.
Oh, I was like, what?
It canceled my channel.
Rip.
I was really pissed that happened. I was like, God, really?
Yeah. Also, just keep in mind, Linken's is a good sustain item. It's really nice.
Yeah, the regen.
Constantly use. You can basically just constantly cast your W. The health regen is really nice. It's not like you don't want to buy it all the time. Like, you only need to buy, you only want to buy it if you really need it, right? But, yeah, and then like here when they invade your triangle, like you just need to like farm away from them. Like you just need
Yeah,
to be farming.
I should have just hit the jungle creeps.
You're kind of like getting baited by this like mid wave, which is like, okay, you cleared the mid wave, which is nice, but then you're walking towards your team here. This is a no no. This is a no-no.
Yep. I gotta farm.
Farm. Yeah, you're much too concerned about trying to like participate in this game when you're having a shit game.
Yep. Okay.
And before your items too, like, you know, this isn't like on a timing for you. That was nice. Just like ward there. What can you do?
I was too predictable there. I should have probably just ran up and TV'd out.
Yeah, if you have a TP. I mean, it is Guardians, so, you know, I wasn't expecting them to do that, but it do be like that. At least it happened while you were doing something useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, here again, you're like, I know you want to clear this mid wave, but your team is
Yeah,
going to be
Legion
moving
just
towards
died.
this mid wave,
Yeah, okay, yeah, that too. Okay, makes sense.
Like, because what ends up happening is you end up like just running into your team here, and it's like,
Yeah, and I could have taken the wave
what are they
top.
supposed to do? Yeah, and there's all this farm up here. Like, yes, you want the mid waves to be pushed out, but like, not at the expense of nobody taking all this farm and you knowing that you're not near the enemy. Just take the safe farm. It is like this is farming towards your team means you want to like possibly like take a fight. Farming away from your team means you want to like keep farming.
Yeah, okay.
Dire's middle tower is under
Stack off, very nice. I feel like you're always at full mana. I feel like you could be just like using your
Orbing
arrows more. Yeah, like all the time. You're like sitting at full mana constantly. Showing this mid wave is like really dangerous. So you farm towards your team here, which this is reasonable to me because you don't see anybody on their team and you don't know this
Yeah.
reward, but like because in theory you'd want to come farm up here. Like there are camps up here to farm. This is what I'd want.
I
to
think
do.
my mindset right now is like Legion's off map. I'm not going there. That's also why I didn't like. I was skeleton walk, but I didn't hit mid. I was like, I thought about it for a second. I'm like, no, I'm gonna die if I hit that wave.
Yeah. Well, what I would say is like your alternative is like you could just come up here and then wait. Like right, you could be invis in these trees and just be chilling and waiting for something to
Wait for
happen on the
intel.
map. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you're like if you like had this feeling, sometimes you like have this feeling like I feel like they're trying to smoke me right now. Then like running towards your team is reasonable. So like in that sense, I think what you did is fine.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower down to the top.
All right, very cool.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, you needed to go high ground there. I think that's fine. I think what you're doing here is objectively good in getting this wave. I would just say it's try and be on the same page as your team here. And if they like refuse to back off, it's probably better that you just stay with them.
And go full retard.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I kind of have trouble balancing that because sometimes I'm just like, damn, I really need to fix the map, but also they're just staying. So I don't know. Sometimes I think most of the time I end up just fixing the map.
Yeah.
And like feeling like that I'm prioritizing my own game, but also half griefing. I don't know. It's weird.
It's a hard decision, and you're not always going to get it right. The indicators to me that like it would be kind of okay to stay with them is you're definitely stronger because they're down a hero. So like, if you stay together and you know if your team refuses to back here, which is what they're doing, right? They're all like hanging around mid.
Yeah.
Then you guys can pressure this tower. Like, is it better than fixing the waves and like just controlling this whole area? Like, no, objectively, like it'd be better.
Yeah.
If you
But
during what you're
half-assing
doing,
it is worse, right?
Yeah, but the result of you showing top, right? You show top, so they know that you're not there, so they're happy to go on your team and take this 4v4.
Yeah.
Versus like, okay, if the situation, and that's why I'm saying their Tusk is dead, so it's like kind of okay that you're here pressuring because you guys are strong enough to do it. Versus like say like your Abaddon was dead, and your team was just hanging out here and refusing to leave when you're like not clearly stronger than they are. Then that's your indication. Like you're like I don't really care. Like you guys want to feed, like go ahead, and I'm gonna leave. And if they all die, like so be it. And at least you weren't there. So that's how I would try and like judge whether the decision is like right or wrong. Is like, do I think we're strong enough to like actually all be here together? And if yes, then like, all right, I guess I'll like stay even though I don't think this is the best. And granted, they went on your team and somehow killed them all. Like your team killed them all anyways, which is sometimes just you'll get lucky that way. Yeah, I guess your team is like just ending for you.
Like you guys are crazy.
Yeah, they really are. Okay, so they did wipe. Yeah. Unfortunately, your team like literally dove tier 4s while the U as their carry wasn't there.
They definitely had a full head of steam because the Pudge and the Viper had a really good game.
At this point, this was their fault, not yours.
Yeah.
Like that first fight, like you could argue that it was kind of your fault, like, or not your fault, but like you could have stayed, but like at the point where they were diving mid, like, you had already not been there for a long time, so that was not on you.
Yep.
It's kind of reasonable, I think. It's kind of how I see
I was like,
Clinkz players play.
Legion is on the side of the map, I believe.
Yeah. Very cool. You guys, how do you guys just not like end the game here?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just wondering why this game goes on for another like 15 minutes.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think here you need to just go mid. I'm not
Really?
I'm not sure what you're doing. Yeah, you just killed their carry.
Yeah, my team was like telling me like, "Yo, you should not shove that wave. Legion is up." But I was like, I can just queue this and then like.
I think your team's right here. There's definitely something to be said for like wanting to clear waves. It's not even about the risk. It's like they have 2 heroes dead and you have a creep wave.
Yeah.
Just take their racks. Just 2 racks them here and let this wave. Like, who cares if those waves pushing? You're gonna get 2 racks, right? Like, what is the trade-off here?
So I feel like if I just, oh yeah, they were there though. I saw them there and I was like, okay.
I literally don't even care that they're there though. Like,
yeah.
Even if they weren't there, I think what you did is just wrong because you're just wasting very valuable time with 2 of them dead.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Yeah, this is just like what are you doing? Yeah, luckily you guys are ahead. You just had like a big window there and then you kind of wasted it.
Yeah, I should have. You're right. Yeah, I'm in too much of like fix map mode.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said for fixing the map. I like that you're thinking that way. You know, not when they've got 2 heroes dead and you've got creeps right outside their base and you're like a hero that's really good at killing buildings. Wow, I end up wiping you guys. I mean, honestly, you don't need to force it at this point. Like, you got the mid racks. Lich respawned. It's coming. Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point, this is like kind of forcing it.
Yeah.
I think it's better, like, strategically, I don't think you guys should be doing this, but like, given that your team's doing it, I don't think you should like leave necessarily because they are still down here. It's kind of the same situation we talked about before. Like,
yeah, I felt like I needed a whole
think
ass
it's
at
reasonable
this
that
point.
you stayed, and then it just kind of predictably does not go super well.
Yeah.
It doesn't go that bad.
They buy back some, I think. Well, I think if we killed the storm there, it would have been really worth it.
Silencer bought back.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not huge,
they had one buyback, and your team just overextended really far, like under the tier 4 instead of chilling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's better that you did stay, even though I don't think what you guys were doing was good. I think if you had been telling them, like, hey, like, let's just wait for the next Roche, and if they did it, great. And if they don't, then I think staying is probably better, even though that was dumb.
Yeah, you said a whole ass, that kind of thing.
Or, you know, and if and this is really hard, but if you can, like, judge mid-team fight when it becomes, like, terrible...
Like, probably
like,
this moment, right?
Here, when Silencer buys
Yeah, when
back,
I don't kill the storm.
Yeah, when you don't kill the storm, like, at this point, you can be like, oh, all right, like, we're done here. We're done here. Like, you could have left right here. But this is really hard to do, like, in the middle of the game, in the middle of, like...
Yeah, I lost the sauce on who was alive and who was dead,
yeah. It's really hard to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean, like, in theory, there are these opportunities, like, during the play itself where you can, like, sort of realize it's like, oh, now it's good to back.
Yeah.
While still having been there, like, the beginning and, you know, not getting nothing out of it. You guys did get a chance. If you got the tier 3 and the Silencer once and the Silencer bought back and then you had gotten out, that would have been really good. But it's okay that that's not how it went. Okay, let's slow this down a little bit because we're going to be wrapping up here soon with the game and then wrap the session also. So the only thing that matters to me is like this next Roshan. Staying near your team is good though. Because you guys smoked. Okay, you guys are like making a group play. I think that's reasonable. Very nice hook.
Pudge is a god.
Splitting bottom. Yeah, but I'd be looking to play around Roshan here. Which is what you guys are doing. Okay, nice. Your team's like playing around Roshan. Wow. I'm honestly shocked that this is how this went. It's exactly what a Immortal team would be doing. What's happening?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower
Cool. Mid. Very big fight happening. And you guys get giga wiped. Holy moly. I mean, I guess this comes down to execution more than anything. Honestly, this is kind of small, but like, given your options of what you guys could do, I'd rather you just push this lane because you already got the tier 3.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like whatever. I guess it's like whatever.
Yeah.
They force after silencer forward. And get a really good initiation off. Wow. Yeah, looks like their lifestealer just kind of went ham on your team.
Yeah.
This guy's farmed. Holy moly. Just want to look at your positioning here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The Legion even like AoE saved his team. Is that what happened? Yeah, he AoE pressed the attack to the people that you Gleipnired. Got a decent Q off.
Yeah, I got a pretty fat Q off.
How did you end up? Oh, because you had to run in this close to like get your Q off to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
I should have gotten Dragonlance this game, I feel like, in hindsight.
probably just kiting backwards a little bit. Like after you get
Yeah.
this Q off, this is like a very good initiation from them. But I would have like started kiting backwards.
That's what I was trying to do, I think, but then I get stunned and dueled.
Yeah. Well,
Shards,
you got
Dragon.
shards first.
Yeah.
Which made it tough, and then your whole team like died. So yeah, that was very good. Very good execution from them. And yeah, I think the one thing you could have done better is just like push this lane first.
Yeah.
And like that combo is way harder because then, you know, they're getting like an extra like I don't know, 5 armor from this tier 3 or something, which, you know, it matters. 5 armor on all their heroes to make your Qs do less damage, right? And the towers damage you guys. Whereas if you're just going into here, it feels like much less safe for them to do. Do they win this game? Do you guys win?
Yeah, we won.
Oh yeah, you guys do. I kind of want to see how this happens.
Yeah.
They're up now. So then they do the counter throw. Do they go for throne? No, they just gotta rack some back out. Do they try and go uphill again while you're all alive? They
I
backed
don't
out.
remember.
Oh, wow. You guys are supposed to win a fight like outside of the base, I guess, or get some like random pick-offs and then just like win. This phase of the game is very hard to execute correctly.
Yeah, people just
No
don't
matter
play it
what
as
weapon
much.
you are.
So, yeah.
So yeah, they just like win on your team. Right.
That was,
outside of your
pretty
base
crazy.
While they didn't have all
That
the
lifestealer
teammates.
had DD, but we were just like, this guy's crazy. This guy's off the perk.
Yeah, you just chain stunned him and then you got a really sick Q off on him. Oh, that was cool. Nice throw from them. And now you guys just done the game, right?
They buy back.
Oh, okay. You pressure tier 4s, they buy a lifestealer, you back off.
It's probably the right move, right? You see
Yeah,
him
oh
buy
yeah.
back.
Respect
Forced
the
it.
buys
We were
of
like,
this
we would
phase of
force
the
buy
game,
back and
for
back
sure.
off.
Yeah.
Then I get dueled a couple times in fights and we lose a couple times. That's pretty much the main thing. I should have just stayed out of vision until the Legion commits.
See, is the thought to like, were you guys just like waiting for Roshan again?
I think so.
That would make sense. At this point, that's like what you that's what both teams would want to play around.
Yeah, I get dueled and I die. I should just, at this point, be hiding until Legion jumps in.
Yeah, and you got a good Q. But yeah, kiting it out a little bit would be good. This guy does have an AC and 320 damage.
Some crazy survivability.
Okay, so you do buyback. Yeah. Oh, this is risky, man. The fact that you guys come back and win this is crazy. At this point, it feels like they're like definitely in the driver's seat. Do you know that you can use your ghost walk, skeleton walk while you're
channeling? Yeah.
Okay. Pretty important to do, especially during the late game.
I should, yeah.
Legion's less likely to be carrying dust.
Yeah. It's a slot.
Oh man, this is so risky. You know, Psycho, actually. You guys just have a dead Viper, and he has no vision of any of them. Excuse me. Okay. I think it's reasonable because you like saw that they were like all bottom. You're waiting. It's like good. This is like very patient, careful gameplay. So just go high ground with no Aegis. Why do people do this? So you die, but they all die with no buybacks. Wow. And that's how the game ends. Crazy.
Crazy.
Why would they go high ground with no Aegis and no buybacks? You guys were all alive. What? Why? Oh man, this just why? Like, all they have to do is wait for the next Roche to come up, and you have good ward vision down. That's crazy. The storm dies, fun. Well, yeah, and I think your items are reasonable. I think the Daedalus is nice. It's like good against the Life Sealer. The Scotty also probably pretty good. The Lincolns would have been big though. Like, would you
just skip BKB in this game, or would you still go BKB Lincolns? Because I feel like your damage just it goes into the shitter when you do that.
It's a good question. It's hard for me to say because I don't play a ton of Clinkz. I probably would have gone like Treads, Maelstrom, Lincolns, back for Gleipnir.
I guess the other thing is that like they have dual and Walrus Punch too, right? So I feel a little bit safe with BKB, but not like invincible.
Yeah. I don't know if you skip BKB this game. It's kind of hard to say. It seemed to work out for you.
Yeah.
Maybe you get like a Crystallis and then BKB and then finish Daedalus or something.
Because early on it was
if you just had the Lincolns, like there's multiple times where I think you would have just not died if the Lincolns
because the duel
saves you from the duel.
The duel just
your overall damage output would have been a little lower, but just not being dead and like your team being super farmed and capable as well would have, I think, been good enough.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, when the heroes like Clinkz, like against like heroes like LC, you kind of just have to. I mean, let me check Dota 2 Pro Tracker. I'm assuming that we're gonna see some games, not a lot. Like it's not like a core item, but like I'm assuming we're gonna just see some Lincoln Spheres and some item builds. That's what I would assume. Okay, so Daedalus. Oh, there's not a lot of Clinkz being played right now. I guess there's just not a lot of games. I don't see any Lincolns, but like none of these are like against LCs or anything. This one's against Beastmaster, and he doesn't pick one up. Looks like this game didn't go particularly long either. Yeah, I don't think these games have been particularly long, and there's not a lot of games in general. So I guess hard to say, but I think Lincolns would have been good in that game.
Yeah, you're probably right. The storm was just not scary.
Yeah. Cool, man. So
okay.
In this game, I think the lane a little more defensive aggro, and then just recognizing when you can't be in the lane and just being fine with hitting the small camp or trying to get the pull off to fix the lane.
Yeah. Knowing what to give up.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Otherwise, I think you handled that mid game pretty good, except for that one fight that you showed up at mid. Like mid when you're way behind, right? You got your Maelstrom. Yeah, just never show up to that shit. I don't care if your team wipes them. I don't care if they wipe your team. You showing up there is just not going to make enough of a difference versus you hitting like an ancient camp and 3 other camps and a wave and then the camps again. Like you're just literally losing out on like 1,200 gold to show up at this fight that like may or may not go well.
Yeah, I'm in my hyper farm phase. I should spend every minute of that farming.
Exactly. Cool, man. Do you have any last minute questions or anything?
Do you have any carries you recommend right now?
I think Lina's the best one for sure.
Yeah, I pretty much play Lina whenever she's available. I play Lina, Ursa, and Clinkz right now.
My default is like Ursa. I think Ursa's a solid melee carry right now. Slark is good if you like playing Slark. But yeah, I think like Ursa, Slark, Lina. If you can play Naga, Naga's good. I just don't particularly like Naga.
I don't like Naga either. I don't really like playing her.
And then I think Drow is really good if you need another range carry. I think Drow's very good right now. If it like seems like a good lane. Or good enough, right? Just I feel like a CM usually.
I get really frustrated playing Drow because people don't pick the right 5s and they don't really play to protect you. And then like I also just like don't have a good sense of like how to farm on that hero. It's very strange.
Okay, yeah, it's not an easy hero, but yeah, that's what I would say. I would say Ursa, Slark, Lina for sure, and then if it's like a good like Spectre game, I think Spectre is actually a pretty good hero depending on their lineup. But like if they have like a Tinker or a Sniper or some shit, it is very strong.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. All right, thank you for the session.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck getting back into it. Shoot me any questions if you got any. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, sub to the channel. And if you want to be coached by me, check the link in the video description. You can join my Discord there, and there's all the information there on how to sign up.